Hey, Facebook. How are we all? It is Money Monday. We're here at nighttime here in Australia. I think it's almost 8 o'clock. I'm not quite sure. It's been such a whirlwind today. And I know it's going on morning on the other side of the world. So good morning if you're on the other side of the world. Good evening if you're here in Australia. My name is Elsa Morgan. For those of you who don't know who I am a wifey. I am a mum of 2 very beautiful children. And I also have a home-based business. And I like sharing some tips that I learn along the way on my journey to be able to help people to achieve time and financial freedom. So as you're hopping on, let me know where you're coming in from, and if you're a live or a replay viewer, and tell me how you're going. And I just wanted to share with you tonight a couple of tips to be able to help you in your network marketing business if you're building a home-based business that I've learned along the way that I wanted to share with you, because it's really, really important for me to be able to edify the profession, and I'd like to see myself as an ambassador for the profession. So grab a pen and paper and take some notes, because it's not gonna be a long live, but I definitely feel like some of the tips that I give you might be something that might be useful for you. So hi Annie, how you going? Hey Chabella, hi Nino, thank you for joining. Hi Courtney Lee, thank you for joining. So guys, the very first thing that I want to talk to you about, hi Diana, is the very first tip that I want to share with you is that as much as we want everybody to come in into our business and run to the very top, not everybody is going to want to go to the top and be a millionaire earner. So my best tip that I can give you is to meet everybody where they're at, right? And what do I mean by that? Is that typically, if you were to go by stats, roughly around about 80% of your business will be made up of builders that potentially might just want to earn between $300 and $500 a month. And that's okay. You know, you want those kind of people. You want people that, that want to make that kind of money, are happy to pay their auto ship or the requirement, whatever it is for your business. And, you want to meet people where they're at. So all you got to do is just love them anyway, right? There'll be that 15% that will want to earn between $2,000 and $3,000 a month. That's great. You can certainly teach them how to achieve that. And then there'll be that 5% that will want to run to the very top, right? So don't automatically assume that everybody that comes into the business wants to go to the top. You really need to understand people's goals and also understand their time commitment, so you can manage their expectation according to their time commitment and their goals as to how achievable that might be, and what their prospecting numbers could be looking at for them to be able to build that business, right? So that's tip number 1, is to meet people where they're at. And that's really, really important, because if you try and enforce a culture of just hustling all the time, or try to push people to be something that they're not, like some people aren't ready for leadership, and if you're trying to push leadership onto them, you'll scare them away. It's really, really important that you embrace people where they're at, so that way, they want to be part of the journey. They might just want to be a part of something, and you know what? That's okay. You've got to love people where they're at, because sometimes people need to be a part of something and really buy into the vision before they actually take action. So that's tip number 1. Meet people where they're at. Can people send me some emojis or something to tell me that I'm adding some value? Because I think that's a massive, massive learning curve for a lot of people especially who are new to the profession, that they, that is just something that they have to embrace, right? Tip number 2 that I've learned that I've definitely taught to my team, and is a really hot tip if you are working full-time and you're building your business through a side hustle, This is a really, really hot tip that I learnt from a mentor of ours, Tim Edwards, who told us that, at the time I was working full time, and my previous job really was very demanding, and I was working ridiculous hours. I no longer do that, but at the time I took on his advice and it worked very, very effectively. So what he recommended and I implemented was to heavily weight my prospecting numbers towards the start of the week, and that incorporated Sunday and Monday, where, say for example, I gave myself a target of prospecting, say 50 people a week, just say, right, for the sake of an argument. And so I would prospect 30 of those 50 at the very beginning of the week, heavily weighted on Sunday, and then also, hi Danny, and then on Monday as well. Tuesday would as well do some prospecting, and then Wednesday would be a follow-up day. Thursday, I would have pretty much 80% of my prospecting done by then, so the balance will be over Thursday and Friday, and then Saturday would be follow-up again over from the Thursday and Friday, and that worked really, really well for me building a side hustle. So I would break it up. So it could be smaller numbers like 10, and you could do like 5 over Sunday and Monday, and then do the balance the rest of the week. Why does that work? Well, one, you typically tend to have higher energy levels on a Sunday and Monday, and that also translates into your conversations that you're having with your prospects. So energy is everything when you're talking to potential people coming into your business. So if you're talking to them stressed out, that's definitely going to come through, right? So that was one of the reasons why. And the other reason too is because if you set yourself a number and life happens, sometimes you could, you may fall sick, or your son falls sick, or, you get called away for work or whatever. And there might be a night that you might not be able to do anything because of work commitments, family commitments, or whatever. You can still have the extra few days towards the end of the week that you're actually still got time to meet your prospecting numbers. So that's another hot tip, and it's worked really well for people that are working full time, that work really long hours, to heavily weight your prospecting numbers towards the start of the week and then balance them out at the end of the week. A really, really good strategy, as long as you do it consistently. Right? You've got to be consistent in your business no matter what, because if you do it, for example, let's just use a traditional retail business. Let's just say McDonald's, right? You don't see McDonald's opening up on Monday and then closing up on Tuesday and then possibly opening up on Wednesday and then not opening up Thursday and Friday, right? That makes no sense, and it's not a good business. Well, it's exactly the same if you're building on social media, or even if you're building belly to belly. You've got to show up every day. You've got to show up, consistently, so that way people know that you're taking it seriously. And then also by doing that, you're energetically showing that you're actually you're putting energy into the business. One of the biggest downfalls of network marketing, I feel, is that because it's a low cost entry into the profession, a lot of people just don't take it seriously enough. I mean, I personally feel that if network marketing businesses started off at $100,000, then people would definitely treat it as a business, right? And they'll get the return on investment because they'll treat it the way it should be treated. So guys, that's another hot tip as an add-on to that, is if you want to get paid as a business, treat it as a business, right? To give you an idea of my daily method of operation, which may not necessarily work for everyone, so I'm not saying that I am the be-all and end-all of network marketing, but it has worked for me to date, right? And I've been able to generate some success out of this. So I wake up and I do my visualizations, I do gratitudes, I write down what I'm grateful for every single day. I set myself goals for the day as well of what I want to achieve. And that incorporates income producing activities such as prospecting and follow-up. And then some marketing, which is typically like a Facebook Live, and also posting on social media. So these are things that I do on a daily basis to grow my business because I treat it as a business, and that's worked really, really well for me, right? Doesn't necessarily mean that everyone has to do that. I'm just giving you an idea that if you want to treat it as a business, you really need to approach it in a methodical way and do it consistently every single day. Right, so guys, I'm just wrapping it up now. So typically, my advice to you in terms of my tips for you is, number one, meet people where they're at. So if they want to earn $100 a month, that's okay. You can show them the steps to actually achieve that, right? If they want to go to the top, that's okay. You can show them how to get there as well, and maybe show them a plan of how they can actually apply themselves over a period of time to be able to get there, right? So as long as it's duplicatable, then it's going to work, right? Number two is, if you work full time and you are struggling to actually meet your prospecting numbers, a really good hot tip is to heavily weight your prospecting numbers at the start of the week. And that way, energetically, you're going to feel better because you're rested, but also you're not going to be so stressed if life gets in the way and you haven't done anything towards the end of the week, because people do know or can sense when you're sounding stressed or you're sounding desperate, because you need to achieve a target, right? And also number three, if you wanted to be paid as a business, treat it as a business, right? Make sure that you're consistent every single day, and it incorporates, your activities incorporate, prospecting. And by prospecting, I mean actually reaching out to people, new people every single day, and asking them if they're open to looking at your opportunity. And it's really, really important, if you want to build your business, that you are asking the question, because if you don't actively prospect, you're not going to build. You're just not. I mean, sometimes I feel that some people have this misconception that they come into network marketing and they just post on social media, and all of a sudden these leads are just going to pop on, into their inbox. It just doesn't happen that way. So you need to do a combination of marketing and prospecting, and that's what's going to build your business over a long period of time. So guys, I hope that's added value to you. Please let me know in the comments if it has, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow night, where I'll give you some more hot tips. So take care, have a great night. If you're here in Australia, have a good morning if you're on the other side of the world, and I look forward to seeing you then. Take care guys, bye bye.